everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at eTrailer. If you have a setup like this and a trailer jack like this, but something goes wrong and you're trying to troubleshoot which exact replacement part you might need, well, we're taking this jack apart, looking at a bunch of parts, and that way we can see if what you're looking at is the right fit for you. Today we have our Sidewind gear kit. And this is going to be the gears that you use to rotate with the crank so that you can lower your jack or raise it up. The way this works is that you'll have your side gear and then your bottom gear, and then this will just rotate it. If that assembly breaks or needs replacing, maybe the previous owner of your trailer jack did not grease up this assembly, well, this is going to be the exact replacement part for you. What's included are going to be your 2 gears as well as your 2 pins, which will help hold everything together. What I brought to the table for this process was a wrench to remove our end cap, and then also a way to drive out those pins. And since we're dealing with a lot of lubrication here, some gloves and some shop towels were really helpful for keeping things neat. With the cap off and then the jack on the ground, by the way, this will usually be welded onto your trailer as you make this replacement, we're going to turn the assembly around so we can get access to this pin. And then we're going to use something to drive out that pin. Be mindful that as you do drive this out, to make sure that it's at an angle where you don't lose it into the assembly or get jammed up in the gear below. With that pin removed, you can now remove the cross shaft and making sure the gears are still in place. Remove those 2. There we go, there's one. And then there's the other one still in there. There's the other one. As you remove things, do try to remember which order all the gears were and which direction they were. For example, what I do is I note that this gear is right where that spring pin is, and that way when I have to replace all the parts, I put them back in the right order. So taking off these side pieces, we're then just going to lift up on that lower miter gear. There we go. There's going to be a secondary pin inside, which is holding this piece in place inside the leg. So if you needed to replace that pin, you can do so now. Just make sure that the leg is supported. In our case here, we're not going to replace it. If we just needed to replace the gears, this is where we would start that process. Now we have a pretty new jack today and we're replacing it with a new gear, so you can't quite see the difference. But I've seen other older trailer jacks that have really been used, not greased up, things like that, where this might be rusted or really worn down. And having this replacement is awesome to get your trailer jack up and working again. Hopefully this video was helpful just to see the process of how you might get into that assembly system to replace your gears. And don't worry about lubricating it as you start reassembling it, because you do have these Zerk fittings on the outside. So once you have everything in place, you can use some, I recommend wheel bearing grease, and just apply it through those fittings to make sure everything is ready to go again. So if this video helped you out, or if you might still need some other parts, as you saw some of the parts seen or replaced in this video were included with this specific kit, they are available here at eTrailer. Feel free to give us a call at any point if you need help making sure you have the right things for your trailer jack. But today what we saw was the replacement gear system for your square trailer jacks at etrailer.com. My name's Evangeline and I hope this helped you out.